How do you usually respond to a homeless person asking you for money? I'm one missed paycheck from asking you the same thing. Basically had this convo once. Guy, can you help me out, man? Just need a few cents. Me, you have more money in that cup than I have in my bank account. Him, man, there's only $4 or $5 here. Me, yeah, and I'm negative. Can you spare some change? Guy laughed and was like, alright, but I wasn't lying, lol. Carrot, edit, 1K upvotes, what a fuck. Why, lol. Guy spit at me once when he asked me for money and I told him I didn't have any. Fuck him. Okay, so my car is a rusty old beater with the bumpers duct taped on. The other day there was a man panhandling where I was stopped at a red light and he asked all the cars for cash, and when he got to mine I didn't even have to say anything. He put his hands up, laughed and walked past me. So yeah. Haha, same. I have a 95 Toyota Avalon. It's in decent shape, but same. Also, people stay away from me in traffic. Probably think I don't have insurance. Win, win. Yes, I love when the rich car owners assume I want to collect a check on them cause they'll stay away and give me space so they don't hurt my only mode of transportation. I live downtown in a major city. I get asked for money about 5x per day. I just smile and keep walking. I regularly buy water and food for the ones that sleep near my apartment that I see repeatedly. Meta bro, bringing down the property value by keeping homeless around. Big brain to lower rent. I organize a weekly homeless orgy right out front when it's time to renew the lease. Dirty Mike and the boys? Thanks for the F-shack. It's called a soup kitchen. I usually just say, no, sorry. If I give money to everyone who asks me, I'm going to be homeless too. 2 stories here. One time I gave money to a guy outside of Starbucks panhandling and he unashamedly opened his wallet to put the money in, revealing an enormous stack of bills. Story 2. I used to work at a school for at-risk youth. One of the kids said he was gonna buy a new PlayStation. I asked where he was gonna get the money, and he said he and his friends would put on their worst clothes and go pretend to be unhoused in front of In-N-Out every weekend. He said they each pulled in $85 to $100 a night, totaling $300 each per weekend. I was like, bro, that's more than what I get paid to work here trying to keep you from doing things like that. So I'm suspicious now, but at the same time, I once was given a random $50 as an adult by a grandparent, and on the way home there was an unhoused woman who looked to be about 14 and in really bad shape. I gave her the $50 and she started crying, threw her sign away, and raced into a McDonald's. So in general I think donating to shelters and recovery centers is better, but there's something to be said for random handouts I suppose too. Yeah, I'm with you. I donate to the food bank every month, and buy water and food when I can. But with the prevalent overdoses where I am, I don't want my $5 going to someone's death. I don't carry cash, which is true, because I don't carry cash, my phone is encrypted and biometrically locked, and the cards I carry are easily cancelled and replaced. Gotta make it so if you get mugged you don't have to do much after handing it all over. This used to be my default response, but then some of them started carrying around contactless payment terminals. I really wish this was a joke. Had a woman come up while I was pumping gas and she asked for gas money. Said sorry, all I have is my card. She then said I could use my card. I said, nah, I'm good. Happened about 2 months ago. Went to go get gas at a full service place and went inside to get a Starbucks Frappuccino out of the cooler, and as I was walking back out after paying, a lady said, excuse me ma'am, do you have any spare change? I didn't and said, sorry. Only have plastic on me. Oh, that's okay. You can go inside and use the ATM. I'll wait. I just looked at her as if to say, are you kidding me? Before saying, I have to get to work, and left. I've gone into a store and taken out either $60 or $80 for someone before. They caught me in a great mood. I was coming down on mushrooms having just left a movie theater, and we did a little chatting for a block or two. I had just gotten paid and could afford to do it. It sort of made my day. I can't imagine how much they appreciated it. I smile sheepishly while shaking my head and walking past. The trick here is to beat them to the punch as they walk up. You drop on them the, excuses me, my man, do you have any spare change? They will be so blown away you can just slowly walk off. This left me speechless. Lol. I'm pretty sure a homeless guy tried robbing me. He came up to me and held up a knife to my face telling me he was selling it for $20. Me not acknowledging the fact this shady guy was hold a knife to my face in the middle of the night, just say, I don't carry cash, and continued walking. It was only after the fact I realized that the guy was probably actually trying to rob me. LMAO sounds like he wasn't quite sure if he was robbing you either. LMAO buys the knife, NYA. Now I'm robbing you. Run through yo shit. You're getting robbed, kid. No, you're getting robbed. Aw, how does that even work? No, sorry. Literally never had a response back, but feel like it's better to acknowledge they spoke to me? Just seems like politeness, I guess. I'm in Liverpool, UK. It was honestly really noticeable the difference between homeless people here. I presume usually people who struggle accessing benefits for some reason are substance addicts, and the cities I've been to in the US, seemingly profoundly mentally unwell and intimidating. In my whole life in the UK a homeless person has never said more to me than, got any spare change? So I feel comfortable meeting their gaze and saying, no sorry, or occasionally giving them change. But in the US I very quickly learned to look straight ahead and say nothing. Especially in Philadelphia, holy shit. I live in Philly and that checks out. When I moved here I felt like a jerk not responding, but if you even make eye contact then some folks will follow you for blocks. I'm not risking endangering myself for the sake of being polite. It's not like they care if they're polite to me anyway. Same. Philly from 1999 to 2012, a quick, sorry, and keep on moving. I used to just say, sorry, I don't have cash on me. It worked, but they have evolved. The other day a guy approached me at a gas station and asked me for money. I told him I didn't have cash. He said, no worries bro, and then pulled out a phone with a credit card reader attachment. So now I just say, nah, I'm poor. They seem to respect that. I had a guy literally be like, there's an ATM at that bar over there, let's go, I'll walk you there. I just said no sorry and he was like, "K bye." That happened with my dad. Instead of saying no, my dad said, I left my wallet at work, which was a lie. The guy responded, oh that's no problem, we can walk back to your work, and then you could grab your wallet and then we can head back to the ATM. My dad said, it's a 35-minute walk back to work, and the man finally relented. I swear some of these people should work in sales. They should just work in general. Yeah, this is sorta what I don't get. Standing in a median all day is work, walking a guy to an ATM to get money is also work. Approaching a stranger trying to get money is basically an actual job if you count door-to-door sales and such. The stuff homeless people do is work and does take time and energy. Why not just get a job at that point? Spend that time getting services in a temporary address and then expend the same amount of energy and bug people less? I'm sorry, but standing on a median all day and then sleeping on the street must be exhausting. Why not just get social services, which most municipalities have, and then actually work? The system also makes it really hard for them to get jobs. How do you tell your employer your address if you don't have one? If you're from a city, you just block them out. I'm from Vancouver. If I acknowledged every homeless person I would never get to where I need to go. Work in Vancouver, Chinatown area. The amount of human shit, crack pipes, needles and homeless people I have to walk through to get lunch 2 blocks away is insane. Even more the fact that I'm used to it and doesn't faze me. Visited there a few months ago. I was honestly pretty shocked at the homeless population. Warmest place in Canada, rich city, packed together downtown area, lots of free services provided for them, money, food, needles, OD kits, a flea market to sell their stuff at with open knowledge that it's all stolen, a huge community of them leading to a tent city and a bunch of people who will jump at any chance to trash the police department for removing them from the entrance to your business, apartment. And #X200B, Vancouver is basically asking for the homeless problem. Like LA and San Francisco in the USA. My mom worked in a sketchy part of town where the homeless people were really assertive and persistent. Her strategy was to pretend she misunderstood and walk past with purpose, smiling and say, no but thank you so much. My favorite is to smile and say, no thanks, I already have one. Usually this puts them in a state of confusion long enough that I'm out of earshot by the time they try and re-engage. Eyes straight ahead, no acknowledgement. I'm in New York though. The right answer here that applies to literally any city. I ignore them completely. It's cold but I live in the city and get hit up multiple times per day. If you engage with them in any way, many will take it as a sign they can persist and will keep trying. I used to say no, sorry, or, sorry, I don't carry cash, which is true, but a homeless guy followed me swearing at me one time after I did that. So, now I literally do whatever I can go avoid them. I know they aren't all like that, but I don't want to have another altercation. It was really scary. I tend to explore solo miles from home with just my bike, so I really don't like engaging with strangers, let alone ones who follow me. And since I'm a woman and most are men, that's what happens if I dare make eye contact. I tend to wear headphones with the sound off just so I can use it as a buffer, but also staying very aware of my surroundings. Depends on the person and how they ask. My go-to is can't today, try and have a good one. Or, sorry man, broke as shit, truth. Occasionally it will feel threatening, and those are the times I avoid eye contact and do a brief nod while walking briskly. And sometimes someone really needs help, those are the times I will always stop. If they are faking it, then they deserve a goddamn Oscar, but that will never dissuade me. I would rather help 5 people when 2 of them are scamming than not help the other 3. Me giving someone in need money, when I can, is a reflection of my character. Someone pretending to need it is a reflection of theirs. I've lived by that for years now and I think it's actually helped my overall view of humanity and kindness. Depends if I have cash or not. I don't mind giving any change I have, or a few dollars. I also don't mind occasionally offering a meal. At the end of the day, I like helping people when I can. If they take advantage of my kindness, they have to live with that themselves, but I reap a reward after giving, no matter what they end up doing with it. Same. When I used to live in a big city, I did a lot more eyes straight ahead and keep moving. I don't know what the right thing to do is, honestly. I want to treat people like people. In the city we're living near now, I'm not walking places, I'm driving. This gives you a lot more control over your interaction, for better or for worse. If I don't have anything, I make eye contact and shrug. We're usually only in town for groceries. My husband always remembers what groceries we picked up that we can share. And we commonly pick up, like, a dozen tamales or some burritos. Where do I live? Haha. Handing someone a fresh hot tamale or a burrito on a cold day, or any day, has been, like, a really special experience. Again, I don't know what the right thing to do is. I want people to feel important and loved. I don't like throwing $1 at someone, and I don't like acting like they don't exist. Again, though, being in a car is a totally different dynamic than what I experienced walking around a major city alone. So no judgment to those who keep their eyes down and keep moving. Being in a position to give someone a hot meal that I'm also enjoying, and would have enjoyed leftovers of, or a grocery item that I really wanted, has been the most settled I've felt inside after this kind of interaction. It feels a lot more like two people meeting each other in the same space than a weird power dynamic. We also do give cash if we've got it. I try to make eye contact and have a conversation if there's time for it and they're talking with me. Anything you give someone can be traded for cash, so it's all equal in the end. I can't control what someone spends that cash on, but I'm fortunate to be in a position where a couple bucks won't break me, so I'm okay sharing. I usually say, sorry dude, but when I said that to a guy in San Francisco, he started yelling at us about not needing our apology. At that point I just said, sorry, I'm Canadian, while running away. Edit. Just for clarity, I hate these jokes. But even more so that I did it unironically. Just keep walking. I absolutely will not stop to talk to anybody I don't know. Maybe that's overly paranoid, but I live and work in NYC and it served me well so far. Yep. Same here. I never make eye contact with anyone while walking. Really helps keep people out of your way, and if anyone says, excuse, I'm already saying, no, with a head shake before they say, me. Zero reason for anyone to be asking questions anymore, unless it's a woman or elderly person who might need assistance. I say, no I'm sorry, thank you, I feel so bad, but I had a homeless person try to grab my wallet years ago when I went to give them money. I used to carry cash to help out, but it honestly scared me so much that I stopped giving money. I'll also never forget that poor woman in Baltimore who got stabbed when she tried to give someone money. It's sad because I know a lot of people need the help, but I feel like it's honestly unsafe now. You don't know what's going on in people's head. I never take out my wallet. Being someone who carries a bag, I keep a few singles in one of the outer pockets. Sometimes it's to help people, sometimes it ends up being my own bus fare, but I always replenish that few bucks that I can access easily without taking out my whole wallet. No and walk away. San Andreas, mission completed, music cue. No thanks, have a nice day.